Hey, it's Ben here with another video, and you can probably tell by seeing the title of this video that what I'm going to talk about. And yes, I'm going to give you a little something to know about Japanese transportation. It is one of the most complete and complex systems in the world, and one that you will definitely be using very frequently whenever you visit this amazing country that is Japan. So to start off the video, the railway system is obviously the one to get the show started. And you would probably already know about JR East or JR West, but they're more than just that. So unlike Taiwan, Japanese railway systems and metros are usually run by multiple different companies. For example, in Osaka, you have JR West and also metros and railway lines run by Osaka City. So it's pretty common to see train lines with different company names. But luckily those companies, they do cooperate with each other. So for example, it is possible to use the same ticket or any train passes in train lines run by different companies. And speaking of train passes, just like easy cards that we have in Taiwan, in Japan they also have them. For example, like Suica, which is majorly prevailing in Tokyo areas, and there are also other train passes in different areas, but they are essentially the same thing, just issued by different companies. In big cities or tourist attractions, the signs will be in multi-language, and the announcements in the train will also be in English, will also have English voicings as well, and that's very easy for foreigners to get around. Also, free public Wi-Fi is available in almost every stations, minus the really small ones. Now, if you have only visited big cities like Tokyo or Osaka, for example, etc., you may not know this, but throughout Japan, there are many train lines that is operated on a very small scale. For example, in Nagano Prefecture, where I last stayed at, there is this train line called Oito Line, and in Oito Line, they have this what they called one-man train, which only consists of 2 carriages. And to board the train, you need to press the button by the door. And to exit at smaller stations, you need to actually go to the front of the first carriage and pay your fare and exit there. But for bigger stations like Minami Ortari or Hakuba or Shinano Omachi or Matsumoto, that's, I won't go into the details, but for those to exit at those big stations, all doors will actually open for you, and you just have to pay your tickets at the gate of the station. Well, as I have mentioned before, Japanese railway system is very complex, and to navigate around it, we pretty much all have to rely on some sort of online services like Google Map. But I always like to use this other app, which I consider is way better than Google Map when it comes to Japanese railway systems. And this app, it's called Norikai Annai, which gives you a very comprehensive look at the routes and the timetable. You only need to set your starting point and destination, and the app will provide you with many different plans according to three major categories: time, fun, or cheap. It's very self-explanatory, so I won't go further into that. Now, if you got money to spare, you can obviously take the Shinkansen with this super fast 300 kilometers per hour bullet train glory. But if you're a broke boy like me And if you want to travel pretty far, then there's always highway bus or overnight bus available in pretty much any tourist attractions or big cities. Well, domestic flight is also a very good way to save money. Well, depending upon when or where you want to travel to. For example, 2 months ago, I traveled from Tokyo to Sapporo because my last job at the ski resort was over, and my next one, which is the one I'm doing right now, is in Hokkaido. So I took the domestic flight, and it is considerably cheaper than if I were to go by train and Shinkansen. So yeah, that's another option. Japan is a country where cash still pretty much prevails, and it's very obvious in train stations. The ticket vending machine or train pass charging machine, they only take cash. But recently, the e-pass or electronic pass, they're getting more and more popular. You can pay online and use mobile devices as the physical pass to get on the train or the bus. Even when boarding a highway bus, for example, with reserved seats, when they ask you for your tickets, you can just use the email sent to you after you have paid for the ticket as the pass to get on the bus. And I actually did it once when I traveled to Nagoya from Matsumoto City by the highway bus. As a first world and developed country, Japan definitely has the most, if not one of the most, complete and complex transportation systems in the world. Now, it may be daunting at first for a first-timer, but I hope this video can help you understand it a little bit more in any way possible. So yeah, that should wrap up the video. And like business as usual, there are 2 questions that you need to answer, and here's the first question. And what is the name of the app that I recommend? And the next question is actually a follow-up of the first question. The app provides users with travel plans according to what categories? There are 3. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video.